For a brief moment I was genuinely excited when Disney announced that they'd bought Star Wars. Disney could produce far more than Lucas ever could, and in much less time. I imagined a new movie hitting theaters every year, along with a TV show, or many TV shows that would keep us in a galaxy far, far away all year round. But when they handed the reins to J.J. Abrams, my excitement began to fade. And when I finally watched The Force Awakens, I knew this could turn out pretty bad. Still, as a lifelong Star Wars fan, I came back for Rogue One, which turned out to be the best Star Wars movie Disney has made. I also had some hope for The Last Jedi. My thinking was, George Lucas had a grand plan, long before he released the first movie, so surely Disney must have a master plan too. Things might still turn out well in the end. And oh boy, was I wrong about that. The Last Jedi proved they had no plan at all. Disney had been handed the most profitable franchise in Western cinema history, and they never bothered to build a cohesive story around it. Why bother planning ahead when you can just make things up as you go? Right, Kathleen Kennedy? It's unbelievable when you think about it. I often imagine what I as a storyteller would have done if I'd been given control of Star Wars. The central arc should always have been Luke Skywalker's. The Disney trilogy should have ended his story on a high note, and then they could have moved on to their own new girl boss Jedi stories. But before creating your own vision of Star Wars, you must first honor the Star Wars that fans are familiar with and that fans fell in love with. And it was never just a story of the Force and the Empire, or spaceships and lightsabers. It was always the story of Luke Skywalker. So the only way to end the old Star Wars would have been to end Luke's journey. And it would have been so easy to give him the ultimate conclusion, his self-sacrifice. One of the most repeated lines across the 6 original films was that Anakin was supposed to bring balance to the Force. And later it was implied that this was Luke's destiny. That would have been a foundation for a better Disney trilogy that goes like this. Just imagine the balance is part of the Force's very nature. What if, as Luke grows stronger as a Jedi, the dark side naturally grows in power to counter him, as the Force always seeks to establish balance in the galaxy? This approach would not only create a worthy antagonist for Luke in episodes 7, 8 and 9, but it would also give him a chance to truly bring balance to the galaxy by sacrificing himself in the end. Imagine Luke's Jedi powers growing so immense that they give rise to a new villain, one more powerful and evil than Darth Vader and Darth Sidious combined. In episode 7, Luke faces this evil for the first time, and he loses. In episode 8, he realizes that it was his own growth as a Jedi that caused this new darkness to rise, as the Force always seeks to establish balance in the galaxy. Finally, in episode 9, Luke lures the embodiment of evil to a desolate planet for a final lightsaber duel. But before delivering the final strike, Luke kneels in meditation. The dark being looks at him in disbelief, and then a massive starship crashes onto the planet, killing them both. It's Luke's ship, set to autopilot by him as a suicide mission. He knew that to bring true balance to the Force and peace to the galaxy, he had to destroy not only evil, but also himself, ending the cycle forever. Disney wanted to kill off the legacy characters anyway, but they did it in the dumbest and most meaningless ways possible. This is one of the reasons why so many fans were disappointed with Disney Star Wars. My version would have given Luke's death the ultimate meaning, one that even hardcore fans could accept. And after that, Disney could have started with fresh stories, new characters and trilogies, and nobody would have complained that the legacy characters, especially Luke, were mistreated. 10 years have passed since The Force Awakens. Star Wars now feels dead. Will it ever recover with its next try? I doubt it, but ultimately I don't know. Just as I don't know why Kathleen Kennedy hasn't been fired yet.